pressure, but the bot continues to move forward, and the rock goes on through and finds Teddy on the back end. Canary is very weak and gets walled off. She's not going to be able to get that mega, but the res from Panini in the Valkyrie form is gigantic. Gets Teddy back in the fight, but Teddy taken down immediately again. Yoda going crazy on the Sigma right now. Yak trying to bring back for the favor of the team. Does fall pretty weak initially, but Cupcake, never mind. Willfish dives on an aim with a deflect kill. Will get that opening blow onto Esrath with the Ash out of the picture. A lot more control for Canary here. Yoda does drive in on the back line, trying to exchange a couple, but Canary is there to stop the retreat from the giant monkey man. And Willfish going crazy on the supports. Now the follow through with a dive on Canary. A lot of burning members of the Guadalajara, but Yak goes on in. Yak with 2 on the crunch with Canary on top. I was going to say it's a pretty big dynamite force out of Suzu from Tedium, but it doesn't matter if we have a focusing beam Yak in your backline buying his third this fight. Trying to melt down some opposite opposing members, and Willfish take it on down. Now they're going for Zainababa. It's very weak. Zainababa just trying to stay alive for as long as possible. Zainababa does fly back to the safety of their squad, but they've lost Tedium in the process. Oh, what a ball. What a grenade. And now Canary just trying to stay alive. Yes, going for the flank duplicate. Try looking for that on a flank nade, question mark. Could be huge. War does fall low. War's 1 HP. Canary did get slept out of the rampage, but doesn't really seem to matter as Yak on this flank is putting in some work. Yoda is nanoed, but the wall. As his duplicate do decide to use it, yes they do. Duplicates over onto the Sigma. Building it close to his grid of flux, 4% away from it has it, and will use it to force the Sig 9 on point. And
yep, this is a kidnapping comp.
Willfish, they get a pick, but Willfish with a dragon into the Mega Room allows them to get the resurrect. And with the Echo back in the fight, Willfish cleans it on the kill feed with multiple kills, and the Hounds will make that a third. Can they get a fourth? Doesn't look like it so far. Oh, never mind. Hits the fadeaway. Oh my God! The hinder on the Canary takes her down.
And Whalefish is also just getting poked out. Yoda's just running him down. Yeah, Yoda with a 3K.
And a bit of a Hanzo duel going on right now, but Canary opens up with a headshot on the Withering. And with that, oh, there's 1 HP though. Oh, but Canary swings them through with a peel.
They manage to contest, but I don't think they're gonna live. Immortality's out. Srath is down.
Canary.
It's a tank duel. And Yak gets 4.
Yoda gets the wall off, but
he is kicking Withering to death. No, with no supports, this Yoda goes down really fast.
It was. I almost wanted to say that that Willfish was him, but just couldn't quite land that final blow. Oh, okay. As Yoda goes up in the air for the flux, not gonna find anything, I believe, but Tedium pays for it with their life. As the fight continues to go in the favor, and despite Canary's heroics to the Gatos,
like, Whalefish is just under. Oh, Teddy, he missed that Teddy somehow.
Okay, Canary's blade shut down basically instantly, and the blade or the Dragon Strike cannot find too much. So the Shimada brothers use both their ultimates and get 0 kills for it, and now the villains are stabilizing at the end of point C. So we just assumed that it was okay, but Willfish returns the favor. The flux from Zane, looking for it. Does find 2. Force out of flux, but
to kill the immortality.
But Whalefish has already found the kill on War, and now the DPS for the Gatos find the support line.
There's a bomb.
Pulse Bomb goes down, and Canary lighting the kill feed with Whalefish. Oh, right around the shield of Zainababa.
That was the reason.
Yoda actually hit the geometry on him right there. Yoda on the Sigma, put in some work right now. Put in some more work. Yoda finds 3 members, but 3 members, 0 kills, and they're gonna go in. The Blizzard not gonna do too much as Canary just rampages on out of it. Canary is falling weak, but the picks are here. Yak is going crazy. It's a Genji off here. Canary falls though. Cupcake and Esrath are trying to exchange it back here. Cupcake has a blade, but Cupcake might not need it. As Esrath and Cupcake clutch this up somehow for the
Natural events shall happen in my game.
Canary is flanking for a rampage.
They know it. They don't know it.
They don't know.
They know now.
She goes on through, finds 3 members. Esrath goes down. The Blizzard is gone. The anti is there. Can anybody touch? They will get a last second get task, but the kills are coming here. The Gatos have done it. The Gatos are 1 kill away. Fish trying to keep the curse alive, but it cannot do it. And that's going to do it. The curse has been lifted.
These used on the side of the Foxes, and Ninja Drew counters with his own Ram ult. Might take down the Sojourn or the Ana. Yeah, and it looks like by one for the Foxes. What I'm noticing is Meister doesn't Foxes, gets 1. They're trading pretty evenly right now. Tanks are in the middle of it. 2v3. And Ninja Drew does go down, so it's fight win for the imposters.
But
yeah, he doesn't even need to like go in, but he needs to distract someone.
yeah, like he needs to like.
They break this with 2 picks though. Okay, they break it open. The Foxes are playing kind of a rush comp.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the first match of Week 3, Aurora Season 4. I'm FlamboJambo here on the play-by-play, joined by the incredible RiddleDog on prod and color.
Hello.
I'm very excited. You know, we have 2 undefeated teams so far. Granted, it's only been 2 weeks. We're still trying to figure out who's playing what and everything, especially with Maga now officially playable in the team compositions this week. So it will definitely be a lot of interesting things I think we'll see today, but we do have Los Gatos de Guadalajara taking on the New Zealand Numbys. Both these teams I think were pretty high at the start of the season, but what are you thinking here overall, RiddleDog, coming in?
I'm not sure to expect. I can see both teams come out swinging right now. Like you said, Mauga coming in is the really big thing for Week 3 going forward for this season as well, with the Mauga buffs coming in right as he entered comp. So we're gonna have to see. I know that Chloe is looking to play him here tonight. So.
Oh, interesting. So I actually heard on the down low, but between some of the members on each of these teams, that they were going to shake hands and say no Maga this evening. So maybe they were deceitful to each other, and we might see it still come out. But
maybe.
I think if anywhere, we will probably see it on Esperanza as our first map, unless I'm just wrong. But
I could see. I'm pretty sure I remember hearing Yak saying, we shouldn't play any Mauga tonight. He was saying that before the game, but I wasn't sure if they had them, like if they had a deal going on or whatever. But it looks like both teams are not teasing any Mauga yet. So.
Yeah, well, again, I do know Numbys are favored in the Preds currently with a 10-2 split. But they also like playing Dire on that Sigma. Again, Dire making a big candidacy, I think, so far for being a potential Rookie of the Year, having excellent performances in all their games, winning match MVP their Week 1 and being a candidate for their Week 2. But as we will see that Doomfist dive going against this more poke style, heading in, Sidon taking an early hit, but quickly getting healed up by Jack on that Mercy. Now in trouble after a nice dive from Canary in that backline, but no picks yet. Just a kind of split fight on both fronts here from both these teams as Canary will get out of the leg, but a nice rail by Sidon takes out Yak first. Panini soon falls by Raspberry. Whalefish gets the pick on Dire, so there's no tank or the side of the Numbys, but Sidon with another on Whalefish. Sidon finding 3 this fight, and the res will come through on Dire. So bot control starting off early in favor of the New Zealand Numbys, as they will surely split onto this high ground with this Sigma.
Yeah, I mean, some really good early picks from Sidon and getting 67% to his ult already. And, I mean, it just seemed like the dive from the Gatos just didn't know exactly what they wanted to do when they wanted to go in. Canary was teasing it over and over, but they're able to get an early pick off earlier.
Yeah, Suzu's forced early. Raspberry staying alive, doesn't miss the sleep, but 2 punches go through. Whalefish is straight in the backline. Raspberry will finally fall, but Sidon gets one on Panini as well. Canary going in deep, trying to find Sidon, but has the Mercy there. The Mercy will actually res, but Jack will pay for it. So Dire finds Steady M. The bot is not moving, importantly, for both these teams. As now the New Zealand Numbys are walking back. Yak has a pulse bomb. We'll see if he can maybe make something happen here. But right now, New Zealand Numbys still fully controlling this point as the late respawns from the Gatos on their way back.
Yeah, it's just really about trying to get in, get those early picks, try to avoid as much poke as you can, and all that. You see Canary trying to go in, able to push him off, but forces the Valk to jack.
Yeah, they do force the Valk. A nice punch onto Sidon. Canary is putting so much attention on them. He will finally fall. Whalefish getting the pick there. Kevin falling very low. Will get Whalefish. The pulse bomb finds Raspberry. And it looks like the New Zealand Numbys will have to back out of this fight. Bar some hero plays by Dire. The res comes through on the Sidon. This might be flippable. Canary and Teddy M are alone on the back end of this point, but they're looking for Sidon. They will get him again very quickly. A nice headshot by Teddy M while during that slide. Canary now looking for Jack on that Mercy. Jack might get out here. Teddy M chasing very aggressively. He has to use the Suzu, but the slam onto Jack. And the bot's being pushed by Panini in the front line.
Yeah, I mean, it's really well done, that fight. They just want to try to get onto Kevin and all the squishy targets as much as they can and just avoid Dire, so... And like you saw that fight, he died last. People like Canary, Yak, and Teddy, they all just went around him. I mean, Dire did get a couple picks here and there. They just gotta try to make sure that doesn't happen.
Chloe using the Meteor Strike, looking for Sidon there, but Sidon's alone, pops the overclock. We'll find Panini, but will quickly get punched in the wall, taken out by Canary. Kevin finds Whalefish, and so now it's an even fight right now. Both teams out, one support, one DPS player. The Flux comes through by Dire. We'll find Canary. Raspberry will fall to Yak in the backline. The Rock will miss by Dire. Dire trying to find Yak, but Teddy M is there with the healing. The recall comes out as well. Bot still in favor of the New Zealand Numbys as they now take control, and Yak is looking for Kevin at their spawn.
But Yak found Kevin. And he found Jack too.
Jack wins these. He gets the res.
He does. Raspberry was there with the healing. But you will see as well that Sidon knows that he's just being completely dealt by the rest of this team, so he's going to move over to that Tracer. A lot more survival.
Ooh, a nice nano will cause Canary to fall early here onto Dire. Sidon again now matching that Tracer, looking for more. Valk is popped by Jack. Rock won't quite find Whalefish, but he'll still fall anyway to those Hyperspheres. And now Panini in a little bit of trouble, trying to get out. Can he do it? Yes, he can. As now Canary again there, just trying to hold this new Prio butt scratch coming through.
They will get it.
It will go through regardless.
Yeah, they just really cannot try to get picked as much as they can. There you go. Yak is able to get Kevin a big anti, but
yeah.
Teddy uses the Suzu just to save himself from Sidon flanking.
Pulse bomb finds Panini. Wall rides right into it, but Dire falls, Raspberry falls. Kevin is resurrected, which means it won't be in here in the fight. Sidon finds Canary. Jack has the Glock out looking for more, but Yak finds Kevin here. It's just Sidon and Jack here in this fight. Sidon trying to make some of his well-known hero plays happen, but will quickly get punched and sent back to that spawn room as a nice flip at the cost of just your gate here.
Yeah, I mean,
for the Gatos.
Really good deep play from the Gatos. Whalefish finding 3 and Yak finding 2. Off that, as you do see the support line from the Numbys completely swapped there. They just want to be as survivable as possible. As Jack's able to take down Teddy and assert the Kiriko dev so early in this fight. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, but look at all this pressure on Dire right now. Has to use the Flux to stay alive. Panini and Raspberry both traded out. The Flux comes through, finds Whalefish. Yak will fall off a nice headshot by Kevin. And now it's just Canary on this fight. And something that's looking so well for the Gatos there at the start. Very quickly swapped over in favor of those Numbys.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst, the Meteor Strike for the Flux. As well, you take that if you're the Gatos, and you'll see Canary move over to that Junker Queen from the Doomfist. Just try to run it down more so than getting in and out super quick with the Doomfist. But
Well, we will see.
we just gotta be careful at high ground. Teddy's so low.
They do force the recall out from the side on, but the deflect as well from Whalefish. A nice pull onto Raspberry by Canary. The pulse bomb comes through, finds Panini once again. The Suzu's forced on Dire. They find Whalefish, but Sidon's traded out for it. This is a even fight right now for both of these teams as Yak finds Kevin, and it's Dire trying to find Canary here, but Canary has so much healing. Jack is now taken out of the fight. Dire's taken out of the fight. And once again, this bot is under possession of the Gatos. Still have both their DPS ults coming up and very close on their other 3.
Absolutely massive plays from Canary. They're opening up so early just with that shotgun. I think most people forget how deadly that Junker Queen shotgun can be, especially up close. And Canary, after swapping just for one fight, they already have their ult pretty much. And I don't think the Numbys are expecting it, so Jack's gotta be careful with this Suzu. There it is, though.
Oh, it is used, but the rock, they find Canary first. The gate comes through, try to beat this blade. The beat kind of late by Panini there. So Panini will fall, Whalefish falls. Yak does kill Kevin.
He gets his and he gets out.
Well, you know, you spend beat, you spend blade for a gate, so it's okay for the Gatos.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely would rather be the Numbys in that situation with that, especially with that late beat coming up from Panini, but that's alright. They just need to look to try to force Suzu here from Jack as well. You see Canary going full in.
They forced the Suzu by Teddy so early, and now a nice flux of Dire taking advantage of that will quickly just end this fight unless Whalefish has some hero plays, but no. Teddy gets theirs, but again, really well done by Dire there, forcing that Suzu from Teddy so early in that fight, using that flux into the very aggressive push by Canary, Teddy, and Panini just to find all 3 of them at the very start of this fight as we see a Sojourn swap.
Yeah, it seems like Teddy's been using his Suzu really early. A lot of these fights, the Pulse only able to find the Venom Mine there as Canary goes in with the...
Pulse Bomb is Suzu by Sidon.
Yeah. And now a call out comes out from Raspberry here. Just try to keep everyone upside down, taking down Teddy, Canary. They're taking down Panini as it's just the DPS life for the Gatos, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, and you know, obviously that looks like it was a really good fight for Numbys, but I actually want to say Panini did really well there. Raspberry was going full DPS with that Coalescence there, and Panini had a really nice boop to actually save a lot of to keep Canary in the fight for a little bit longer, but unfortunately, Sidon kind of performed a little bit there. Dire was hitting the Hyperspheres. And
the rock on the res. Teddy didn't have the Suzu to let it go off. You will see Yak as well behind, and Kevin knows. But just keep that in mind, okay. But Sidon will have the Pulse Bomb here, and it's just going to be this last fight here. Jack's looking to find something. They just need to use their ults just to get out of spawn.
He does get Kevin.
He gets him in the back line.
Though.
Yep. Whalefish is able to find Sidon. Both the DPS are down.
Yak is contesting the robot.
Almost able to find Raspberry. Canary finds Jack.
Still winnable. The punch comes through, won't quite connect. Forces the hit though by Raspberry. Panini falls to Dire. Dire and Raspberry both so low. Dire will fall to Yak, and this bot is
it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going, man. Looks like
importantly though, they do still need to get butt scratch on the Gatos. Jack finding Whalefish, but Whalefish getting Kevin. That's still a start. Jack falling very low, has the Suzu. Teddy M finds that pick though. This bot's still moving. Sidon in the background. They're trying to find Yak, but they get the res off onto Whalefish. It is just Teddy on this part. The Gatos need to be a little bit careful that they don't earn for gore. As Canary going in very deep.
You'll see Yak going behind, trying to look for a Pulse Bomb, just trying to get Raspberry before they're able to get that call off too. These CPS ults have to be massive from the Gatos to be able to work up to this meteor strike.
Won't find anything. Dire in a little bit of trouble. Very low. Has to use the hands. It's punched out. Sidon has Pulse though. Let's see. They're looking for it. The Coalescence comes
Does
out.
not hit.
From Raspberry, but they get punched.
Overclock comes
Overclock
out.
comes through by Whalefish, but Whalefish dies by Raspberry in that Coalescence. Canary does find Jack. Panini falls though. The trades are looking in favor of the New Zealand Numbys as they are now fully located around that bot, and that will be our map 1 going in favor of those Numbys.
Yeah, it was close at the end. The Numbie is able to do a really good job of just staying alive a lot of these fights, and despite some people, there may be a little bit of trolling. You may see Yak focusing on Kevin a lot more, you know. But
Yak got his.
he got his. At the end of the day, he got his. Exactly
No
right.
trolling involved. Sometimes you just have to play the mental game.
I know how it is.
All
So-
right. Well, with that said, it will be Gato's map pick, I believe, for hybrid. I don't know what the map pools are this week, but we will let you know what they choose when we come back from this map break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. It's a Winter Wonderland here on Kings Row El Clasico. Finally back after, you know, literally 1984.
Yeah.
A few updates as we noticed during the break. Zainu Baba is not here this afternoon, so we will likely be seeing this continued comp by the Gatos this evening. But the Numbys still also running what they ran on map 1. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
They'll need to fix it map 3 to get sent in at the very least. So
That is true, but you know, I think if you're depending whether, you know, how you want to play, I like playing with Sent. I think he's awesome.
yeah.
Get that side on guy out of there.
Side
you
on
can come-
who?
so you can come
Cow
hang out
who?
with me. Come hang out with me on our desk. So we do see double sniper Sigma attack here on KR Winter, as a very similar look for the Gatos with a Genji instead of a Tracer, but
Yeah.
otherwise
Oh, they're
pretty similar.
gonna hard rush. They're hard rushing on Kevin.
Yeah, Dyer actually falling very low, but Panini so low will get caught out by Sidon there with some nice body shots. Kevin very low. Sidon finds 2. That's both supports. Sidon finds 3, and guys, I think he's kind of good at Ash.
It's like a shooting gallery. Jack tried to get his. I mean, so they just rotated way too late. It seemed they wanted to try to catch out Sidon, Raspberry, Jack, and all of them as they would rotate through that hotel, but the only person there that they could get was Kevin. He was on the high ground, so only Yak could get him. So everyone was just all split up, and then Sidon just coached to the high ground, and what's he gonna do? You know, no.
Yeah.
I mean, no one is really able to get on him if Yak's not able to
And
get on him.
That late death on Canary is so disastrous because they actually got bad spawn here. So Bookstore is already being held by the Numbys. So Canary can't take this this alleyway or anything like that. Oh well, they'll give it up actually. They're okay with having as Canary going very
Shout
aggressive here.
comes
Has
in.
the shout thing on top of Sidon, but has the Bob, throws it in. Tedium uses the Suzu, but it actually misses him. Only hits Panini as Yak will fall off of a nice shot by Kevin. Panini very low. Kevin finds 1, Sidon finds 1, and Raspberry gets theirs as well. So off of the back of that very aggressive push by the Gatos, the fight really excellent peeling and pressure absorption. Is that how you would say that?
Absorptivity.
Absorption. Absorptivity by the Numbys.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just eating the aggression, like you're saying there, and these supports, they're just able to get away so easily that it's just so hard to kill them, and because of that, it just allows people like Sidon to just have a shooting gallery right now. Because, I mean, Sidon's on the high ground. If Yak's not there, because Yak is still trying to hunt Kevin, you see. As we saw there, Kevin is sitting up, he was in the brewery, and then Yak was wrapping all the way around to get him. But that just allows Sidon to just sit on the high ground.
Yeah, so we do have a 5-minute time bank coming in. And I think it's just kind of, the other tough thing for the Gatos right now is they're playing really aggressive and playing really well, but they're not really committing to the targets because, I mean, Canary's getting there, getting all the space, and then I think they're almost being a little bit too aggressive on their, but then they split at the last minute, right?
It's like they're not all there.
Yeah.
The focus fire.
Yeah. As we will see, you know, there will be a touch coming through. Hog is swapped over.
Oh, the
And
hook!
playing very good. Will get Dyer.
Oh, Weaver!
a Weaver!
The power of the life has been weaved.
The gate does come through, and there's no Suzu here from Teddy. Whalefish and Yak falling very, very low. The Bob comes through onto the point, squishes Whalefish. That won't be an overclock anymore on this fight. The sights are used by Kevin so they know where they are. Bob
Still
still
Blade.
just putting up some numbers.
They're just all split. Panini's in Mega with Canary. Yak is down main with Teddy M.
Another nice grip and shot by side on. Jack will fall off of that overclock, but the Flux is here. Whalefish gets another one, gets 2. But Kevin
gets 2.
in response, gets 2 of their own. Beat is used by Panini just to hopefully pull back, flip this fight eventually, but Dire finds Canary. Spawns are in favor of the Gatos here, but the supports are back for Dire.
They don't
As
just
Raspberry might die to Panini here on this high ground, but
Life Weaver
Jack
is so
goes back to get
survivable.
Yak, and so it's Dire and Jack on this point right now.
She's looking for another hook off the map, but she doesn't want to get booped off.
Yeah. Whalefish will get Dire, so it's not a tank anymore. I think the Numbys just need to kind of back out here.
Yeah, no, they just
I think
need to
they're
reset.
staggering their own fight here.
Jack, get out, die. The life is removed. That's a good pick, actually. Wait. They almost set Bob too.
Well, they force out the.
Kevin is still in. Panini's on him.
Panini gets theirs. Let's go, Panini.
He gets his.
Jack is.
I mean, you have so
Very
many
aggressive.
ults. You have so many ults against the rush right now.
Up will go into
able to
that
find
back
side on.
line. But yeah,
Rush now?
no side on here. Dire finds Panini. So it is an even fight. The beat is committed by Dire. The rock won't quite find. The gate comes through. Yak diving on Kevin,
the
trying
hook.
to find him. Side on swaps over, but Jack finds 10. Yeah, Jack falling very low, but the healing from the tree by Raspberry is there. Whalefish will find him. The boop, the rock actually finds Canary off the map. Kevin falls to the rail shot by Whalefish, but it's higher on point. Whalefish has the rail shot, needs to be.
Sidon gets
but
2.
Sidon gets theirs first. Gets 2. Dire with another. Yak with the deflect, trying to win this fight. Will fall. It's just Canary on this point, using all of the heal. Hits the hook, but will fall. It's now Panini trying to burn as much time as they can.
Teddy in.
2 minutes and counting. Jack finds Whalefish on the left side of your screen. Kevin finds Panini. Teddy M will fall, and the payload eventually, finally getting into the end there at 146.
Took long enough. It's like a 2 CP moment.
The thing I want to highlight about that is, again, there's 5 minutes coming into this last point.
Yeah.
But I don't think, I honestly don't think there was a decisive fight win for the Gatos in that entire time. It was just constant fighting that neither team really, like, it seemed very scrappy picks back and forth there towards the end. So Gatos did, kind of get the better end of it, because the New Zealand Numbys weren't able to really get that full push, and you burned almost 4 minutes off the clock. But if both of these teams keep playing a little scrappy and are playing for these picks, then you kind of have to wonder, when you're facing down this kind of double sniper where all they need to do is click your head once, it's going to be very tough for the Gatos to reciprocate that. But
Yeah, I mean, what are they gonna do with the DPS on the high ground right now? I mean, it's just Canary can't do anything. It's
Whalefish will have to use their
Yak
only
and
movement
Teddy.
available.
Yeah, Whalefish just trying to diff them as well. So they just really need to rely a lot on the DPS, it seems, with the hog out. But that was a good whole. If you think about it, that was still 5 minutes on the clock when they capped.
Yeah.
So that was still like 3 minute hold, even though it did not feel long at all.
Canary getting a lot of pressure early. I believe that was a dynamite. I wasn't watching. Yak, very aggressive dive on the side-on. The rest of the team is there to help him, but the dynamite will ignite onto Whalefish. Canary still chasing. They want side-on and Jack here. Jack's like, see ya, I'm out. But whoa, Raz! They did not know that Canary was sitting in that doorway. Raspberry going down very early. Sidon still very low. Kevin
Teddy
finds Teddy M
falls.
though.
The
As
non-mercy
Raspberry swapping
supports.
over to the Ana. As Yak does get his on Kevin. Dire now, it's just the tank battle on point right now, but Canary will follow the res onto Teddy M. As Dire's 1 HP.
Yeah, Teddy.
Whalefish going very aggressive, will get that pick, but Teddy finds side on as well. So it looks like the point should flip for the Gatos here. It is contestable, I think.
Well, it looks like they want to contest just Jack with the very cool like certain slingshot, but Jack's taken down from Whalefish pretty early. The grapple comes out, they know Kevin's there. Don't look like they'll be able to get another touch. As they said, just back up. Some really impactful early picks here. Oh,
what a
another
hook.
hook on the Raspberry. As well, exactly what
Suzu
opened
is
up the
forced
first
off
one.
of it though, so Yak will fall.
They won't be able to get Rise either with Dire pushed up like this. The solo hog ult.
I think that's almost just used just to ensure that rep. They do get Canary off of the back of that, as they get 2. But yeah, I do think that was just so you could get Sidon back in this fight, guaranteed.
Yeah.
As Yak once again on Kevin. Kevin and Sidon playing very aggressive here at this doorway.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, they got a lot of ults here. They decided to invest the Bob with Panini as well using that Valk. They're just trying to burn the Bob. Bob's dead. They should be able to lock in with some more stuff here.
Yeah, Gate does come through. They rock the hook from Chloe.
The
Once again,
anti's
not quite
big.
finding anything with the hook. Big anti-nade. Whalefish is chasing down. Oh, will just get headshot for their troubles. Raspberry will fall as well to Gatos. It's still an even fight. But no overclock in this fight can be pretty disastrous for the Gatos. As Jack, once again, going for an aggressive
Blade.
res off the Valve. Sidon finds Canary. The blade is popped by Yak. But instead falling very low. Won't find anything. Will in fact find the respawn room. As Raspberry finds Panini. Sidon finds Teddy M again. And a really solid fight flip here for the New Zealand Numbys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they only had to use 3 ults, really. I mean, you don't think Sidon used it because he's at 70%, but he did right at the beginning of that fight, and he's almost getting another Bob.
Ooh, Kevin!
Early
It's
pick on the
deleted
Kevin.
here.
Oh, he was.
Canary with an
he's
interesting. Dyer is alone right now. Needs to be careful, but look where Sidon's playing.
They just need to go in. Panini's dead. Whalefish.
Yeah, they use the nano, they use the flux. Sidon falls to an overclock by Whalefish. They force the whole hog from Canary as well. Whalefish popping off. Dyer will shut him down eventually, but again, now Dyer
They're staggering.
getting staggered out here is kind of disastrous as this cart, I think, caps before anyone can touch.
We'll see.
Unless Kevin wants to make a play.
Raspberry move over to the brig just to try to absorb a lot of that Genji. Panini's
Bob
picked up
comes
early.
through, gets the touch. Yeah, Panini is picked off by Kevin. Not really respecting that sight line, really. Brig is in there. Raspberry is going deep. They want these picks. Teddy on will
thirsty.
fall.
Oh! Yeah, it gets his.
And the res is there for Raspberry, too.
Worst res. Easy.
No one can hide from my sight.
So easy.
Sights are used. They know Canary is going on a full.
Yep.
Hook won't quite connect. Big dynamite. Teddy M is so low. Has the gate though. A nice hook on the Sidon.
But the team
But-
isn't there to help.
Yeah, no follow up at the moment. Raspberry, do they have their headphones on? Okay,
They know
they
chat.
saw the Genji. They saw the Genji, so I think they know. Oh,
Look.
maybe not. Oh,
They're looking to use gates
Oh.
here. Probably.
oh.
Raspberry picked off early. That's another pick on Raspberry.
Yeah,
In the beginning of this
Both
fight.
support ults coming through from the Gatos. The hands are committed by Dyer. As now Jack also popping the Valkyrie, trying to keep the team alive as Raspberry won't be in this fight. Sidon has Bob,
Buddy,
can use it
time
if they
for another
want to.
bomb.
Good sent through. Forces out the healing from Canary. Teddy M is the first to fall for the Gatos. Whalefish falling low. Will fall to Sidon as well. The flux comes through from Dyer to confirm this point. Hold. As the Genji in the backline still trying to find Kevin, but Raspberry's
won't.
there. Will fall. Teddy M gets theirs. As the res is Yak will fall. Raspberry
Teddy
gets res.
gets
Teddy M
two.
finds Sidon.
You see Canary move over to the Doomfist. I mean, it feels like they're just waiting for something to happen. Usually it's picks on a Raspberry that they're able to find with these hooks from
Yeah.
Canary, and because of just the nature of Hog, and how long these fights are going, Sidon's able to build these bombs so fast, which just forces so much positioning and changes the course of the fight.
Blade is popped, going immediately on Jack, but Jack's able to just Valk away, but Raspberry falls, gets that reset. Yak fall though, Sidon shutting him down early. Sights come through by Kevin, they know where the fight's happening. Whalefish on a really nice angle right now, has that Mercy pocket, looking for some more. The red comes through onto Raspberry, so both supports still in this fight. The fists come through, they find Raspberry instantly out of that res, but Sidon does get Whalefish. Whalefish no longer in this fight. Panini falls, trying to get that res. Kevin on the nice shot, Dyer falling very, very low. Canary in the line, trying to find Sidon, won't find it. Dyer gets the pick first on WM. It's just Canary against the world here on this point. Will they be able to win it? They're punching on the point, they're looking for Sidon, won't get it, but Yak is back. Doesn't get rocked, uses the deflect, but I think it's Yak against the world right now as the overtime burns away, and the New Zealand Numbys now lead 2-0 in our Week 3 series.
It's just so hard to get in with the against the Sigma. It seems like on this point, like on Esperanza, the map was a lot more open, and how they're able to play, how they were playing was that they just wanted to go around Dyer and try to get onto Sidon on them. But it's so hard with the flank angles here and everything. So we'll have to see if they're able to figure something out, because they might just get swept here by the Numbys if they're not careful.
Kevin is coming, or sorry, Sent is coming in for Kevin. Of course, with the playtime requirements, we will see that. But yeah, we'll see what changes the Gatos make here, because right now it just kind of seems like they're not quite able to keep up with the tempo of the Numbys, or they're almost over tempoing themselves to try to take down this Numbys squad. But we'll see what map they pick as we head into Control.
Yep.
Question mark.
Yep.
As we head into Control for our third map here after our map break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. On map 3 here, we're heading to Lijiang Tower. And actually, team comp swaps for both teams as we head into Control Center. Yak Attack moving over onto the tank role with Canary going onto DPS, as well as Centurion coming in for Kevin on this DPS role for the New Zealand Numbys. So, obviously, the big thing is I don't think we've seen Yak tank at all yet this season for the Gatos. I know from Overwatch 1 he was a very proficient Doomfist. So I wonder if we'll see that at all here today, but it's teasing the Sigma to start. So what do you think here, Riddle?
I'd be surprised to not see the Doomfist here, I think. I mean, I don't think they're expecting to see this hard rush comp that's looking like for the Numbys with this Ryan May, Moira.
Yeah, and on Symmetra is a treat, as that early aggression coming out so hard for the New Zealand. He's already taking so much space. Has a nice wall in the Yak. Yak should die here. Yeah, nice pin by Dyer. Clean up. Panini will fall. They're just able to run over these Gatos right now as a very early team kill.
There he is.
No one dies.
There he is.
There he is. Woo! Let's get some claps in the chat. Mala coming through by Yak.
The first Malga in Aurora is Yak, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy smoke. Canary on Pharah as well. Canary does like Pharah on this map. I do know that. Raspberry falling very low. Is getting healed up by Jack. Plenty, but Panini got left behind. Might die as Moira. Canary finds Dyer. Tedium and Whalefish will fall. Jack does find Panini, in fact. Canary will find Centurion. Sidon finding Yak. But it's just Canary in this line right now, and Sidon cleans them up. But Canary already has a barrage, by the way.
Already has a barrage. Already has a coal. I don't think they're tracking this barrage.
Well, Canary didn't even start on the Pharah. Canary
Exactly.
started on, yeah.
On the sim.
Yeah.
I don't think they're expecting either. You see them still going on the outside. They just gotta wait for her to set
A
up.
nice anti-nade onto Dyer for the setup as Raspberry falling very low, but the pin connects! Tedium will fall, Raspberry falling very low, Whalefish falls as well. Sidon playing so well up with Dyer here in this backline. Centurion finding Panini. Again, Panini just kind of losing Canary in some of these fights. Raspberry will fall, but again, Panini needs to be careful to not get caught out in open space without the Pharah.
There's the Doomfist we were expecting. I mean, with the 3v5 that it's seeming like up front, it's hard for that Malga to try and live that even with the buffs he got, because Dyer's just able to hold shield.
Canary does find Dyer, but a Shatter is laid down. We'll find Whalefish. So Soldier out of this fight as Yak finds Sidon in the backline. Dyer running back to point. Does get stunned up, but the beat is forced by Raspberry to keep the team nice and healthy here on this point. They want to fight it. Panini falling low in the air. Once again, Ice Block is forced by Centurion as the barrage comes through. Connects with Jack. Dyer falling very low. Centurion and Dyer both wiped out at this fight. As the point will eventually flip at 98% as the late kill on Raspberry comes through by Yak.
Able to get out that shatter, that beat as well, which is really good for the Gatos. I mean, all they have really is this Mail coming online, which could be powerful, especially running on people like Yak, Fidium, so they're able to catch them. So, we'll have to see. You will see Sidon move over to the Tracer as well. The counter charge.
Nice counter pin, yeah. Neither team will get anything yet. Centurion forced to use that Ice Block. Has the Blizzard coming up here, though. If Yak cancels this, he's my goat. As Canary and Yak Blizzard is forced to find Teddy M. Nothing connects with this Blizzard. Whalefish will fall, though, as well. Lamp is forced. Panini actually gets the res off onto Teddy M as Yak finds Raspberry in the backline. The Nano comes through onto Yak, looking for more. They're trying to find this Ana, as it looks like Sidon will eventually get there. Now Dyer swinging on Panini. Panini will fall. Now it's just Yak on point. Uses the Meteor Strike. Whalefish is now back.
Able to find Sidon.
Sidon
Jack
a
low.
nice punch onto Jack and Dyer. The Gatos might keep holding this point. Canary's now back.
The point's at 98% too. They gotta win this fight or else it's over for Control Center. Able to
Yeah,
find
Magnetic Grenade comes out, but Whalefish finds Centurion instantly. This Coalescence comes out, finds Panini, looking for Canary, but the headshot by Whalefish onto Jack staying nice and healthy, able to just pump in this damage. Finds Dire, Sidon falls as well, and the point will flip for the Gatos. Again, Yak playing very well on this Doomfist.
Yeah. They've got Shatter. Never mind. They don't have Shatter. They have Doomfist, actually.
Dire taking the ego duel here. They're looking to find, I guess, Whalefish at the start of these fights, but...
I guess so. I mean, they're not really even able to catch anyone. As long as Whalefish holds his side for
caught out, will die to that barrage by Canary. And no punishment either, because again, no one was there near him. So the punch comes through.
Oh, Yak's gonna get punished though.
Oh, yeah, Dire does find Yak. And is on point to get that touch as Dire finds two. Panini also falling.
Yes, powered up
Sidon's
punch.
alone on point. Now it's supported by his team. The window by Raspberry. Yak falls, but Whalefish and Teddy are also traded out. And now it's just Yak and Canary against the world here. Yak on very low, does get pulse bomb, will fall. As Canary does get blowed before they can touch. Panini will get killed as 99-99 is much closer than I think we saw this potentially going, especially with the 98 early by those numbers.
I think so. I mean, it's just some mistakes here and there from the Gatos, like Yak going in that they're able to hard punish him with Dire coming back and noticing that he was trying to go for his supports as well. It's just stuff like that that really turns it. But we will see some stops here. Jack teasing the Alari.
The echo too by Canary. Obviously that Pharah was putting in work. It was really tough for anyone to get, or find the kill on Canary to begin with, but again, Echo providing a little bit more burst, like one-shot potential on this backline, or Centurion if they choose that target as well. But Sidon Sombra, I'm excited to see how this works out for them. Sidambra.
He doesn't get detected? Huh? He doesn't get a spy check.
Jack
Jack's able to find Panini.
Early, yeah, very early pick on Panini as Yak very aggressive in this backline.
It's just Canary on point. Canary's probably just gonna get forced up by Sidon.
Yeah, the Raspberry does fall from Yak, so trying to find these picks here. Jack finds Canary though. As
But
Yak
Yak's able to find Jack.
then so no supports here for the New Zealand Numbys as Yak with some nice picks. Dire's kind of alone right now on point. That's, you hate to see that going against the Doomfist here as Yak is able to punch down that hallway, find that space, and flip that point for the Gatos.
Yeah, I mean, Yak able to do a lot of the Doomfist so far. He's able to get, I want to say, 3 that fight, even despite the early pick on Panini, which makes it so Canary isn't able to do as much on the Echo. Have to be more conservative, but
Yak finds Teddy.
Jack finds Teddy, and then Yak falls because of it. Now they're gonna get force point. Whalefish is gonna fall down main.
Whalefish does actually get out, but Sidon will find Panini and Canary out of the skybox. So point will flip once again over to the New Zealand Numbys as Dire holding very aggressive up here early.
Yeah, I mean, they have the captive sun as well, which could be a huge ultimate. Teddy M is there to cleanse
it. It is popped. It is used.
A huge cleanse though from Teddy M.
Teddy M with a nice Suzu. Jack actually pays for it off of a nice slam by Yak attack.
There's Lamp too.
Yak is so deep. Canary falls to Sidon. The gate is used. They need to win this fight if you're the Gatos, but Sidon finding Panini, sorry. Canary does find Sidon though. Revenge for their mercy. The punch comes through by Yak, finds Raspberry, and it's just Dire on this point right now, as they will get killed by Whalefish. Sent trying to get these last second touches, but looks like it will flop over for the Gatos.
Yeah, a really good res from Panini, able to res Canary here, but
Dire with a very aggressive dive, won't quite catch Panini. Panini pops those visors to try to stay alive. Centurion popping the visor, looking for anything here. But Panini able to duck down out of the way.
Canary.
As Whalefish is taking on Sidon, forces the recall. Canary in trouble. We'll find Centurion. As now it's a 5v4 right now, as it now is a 4v4 as Dyer finds Canary, slams down, looking for more, finds Panini. Panini punched out of the air. Whalefish finding Jack. Overclock is popped. The pulse bomb won't find anything. Whalefish finds Raspberry. Whalefish finds the pylon, still set up. Centurion on him, uses the deflect, but Teddy M finds Sidon. It's just the Genji and the Doomfist now for the Numbys. As a nice slam by Yak Attack, trying to find Centurion will dash out with his life. As Dyer, such a late death is disastrous. As well as Sent went back in. The point's still clicking in favor of the Gatos here. As now Yak has an ult, Teddy has an ult, and Canary has an ult coming up as into only a window.
Oh, Jack! Just eating the shots from Yak. That's disastrous. They don't have mercy for the res or anything. And they're so close to the captive sun.
Sidon will get the touch here, but they know, never mind, Canary will headshot Sidon at the start of the fight. Centurion has to dash in. The deflect is forced so early. Raspberry with the window, but Canary finding 2, finding 3 in this fight. As we're going to a map 3 here on Lijiang.
Canary giving them a taste of their own medicine. The Ash. You know. The Numbys bread and butter with Sidon on the team, so we'll have to see. I know Sent is a Pharah enjoyer, so we'll have to see if he decides to go with this despite Canary and Whalefish. I don't see him going for it, but yeah, the DPS from the Gatos popping off a lot, especially you saw Whalefish there with the overclock. He let it rep. He was able to get 2 there, which was crucial in turning the tides of that fight, letting them keep hold of that point.
You do see Sidon still actually swapping over onto this Sojourn here. Jack as well back on the Mercy, no longer going for Alari damage. I think the game plan has changed for the New Zealand Numbys, opting to play for enablement here as we see the Lifeweaver Mercy coming through. It's so tough to break into this team as Sidon with an instant pick on Teddy M. Centurion will fall, Jack will fall though. Panini falls. This is already such a scrappy fight early as Canary will find Sidon in the back line. Dyer will get gripped out, staying alive, but will eventually fall to Whalefish. And the Gatos, in fact, with this first point control.
Yeah, I mean, with this comp, it's exactly what they want to do. They would just want to get up completely in their face. With this Doomfist, with the Tracer, even with Panini going in there, a really good job with doing that. Sidon was able to get 2 picks, like, exiting, or during the middle of that fight, but it just didn't matter, because they're all in there. They will take advantage of it. And Canary's almost already got this Pulse Bomb online.
Yeah, and again, looking for this Lifeweaver, looking for this Genji here as the fight is starting out on point as well. Canary throws out that Pulse Bomb, won't find anything, but Jack getting punched by Yak in that follow-up. Dyer now falling very low, alone in the front line. We'll find Panini, but Yak finding a second on Sidon. Whalefish will clean up Raspberry here. Dyer does find Canary at the end of this fight, but Whalefish finding so much value here as Yak finds Dyer as well. And this dive is looking very strong by the Gatos here.
Yeah.
Yak and Canary are seeming so in sync on some of these.
Yak is just in there, like, in the rest of the team. He's like one of them. And the Numbys don't care. I mean, with the overhealth and everything, there's not much they can do. You'll see Jack move over to the Kiriko from the Mercy, less from the enablement of Sidon and more towards survivability and his own pop-off potential.
Yeah. Sidon does find Whalefish, so that is a starting pick you'd want to see if you're a Numby fan here, as the point is still ticking. A nice punch onto Sidon and Raspberry by Yak, both Doomfists popping their ultimate here as a punch almost finds Teddy M. Teddy M's so low. The tree is used by Raspberry. Overclock is popped by Sidon, trying to find anything here.
Oh, the stick!
Yak. Oh, what a stick, and Whalefish finding Raspberry
It's
as
90%.
well. And I think that's it. The gate is used as well by Teddy M. As Dyer won't be able to touch, and yeah, the Gatos are the winners of your map 3 here on Lijiang. It's no sweep yet, my friend.
Nope. DQ cuz Malga.
DQ cuz Malga. So I do wonder if we'll see the same look here coming forward by the Gatos again. That looked so much more in sync for them. As we will still see Sent in for Kevin, as again with these playtime rules as we go to a map 4. Yeah, we'll see what all's coming forward as we see the Numbys first map pick as we head to an escort map. Don't go anywhere after this map break.
These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
Welcome back, everybody, as we head into Circuit Snooze Fest. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Apologies. This is a very entertaining match, so no one is falling asleep, I'm sure. As again, no changes by either teams here. We will still see Sent-In and Yak on the tank. So, Riddle, do you think we're still gonna just see that Doomfist, or do you think they're still gonna go for the more traditional poke, as we do see the more traditional poke locked in? So don't cheat.
You know, from the defense of the Gatos, I can see the poke, believe it or not. I mean, Yak was showing that sig on first the control center, where you'd think out of any map you'd play Doomfist on that one because you can get up in there, you know, right up in their face. But shows the sig, so I would be surprised to see it here. Canary able to pop off a lot on Widow, Whalefish on the Sojourn, so it only makes sense. But on the attack, I could definitely see the Doomfist look. But then if they want to just sort of cluster around them and stop them as much as they can, like they were.
So maybe a couple potential scrim leaks here. Week 1, when the Dongers scrimmed against Gatos on Circuit Royale, Canary did play, as Canary does find that pick on side on the reses there from Jack. However, again, the benefit of having Mercy, one of many. Canary was playing that Widowmaker and just kind of killed at least 3 every fight. So just something to be aware of into this map. Very comfortable Widow map for many players, as Sidon does get Whalefish out at the start of this one, as answered with a res of their own, as Teddy takes the res for their Mercy. That's my goat right there.
How wholesome. I mean, Yak is eating so much damage right now. Teddy's got to be really careful. They do have that BAP advantage over the Ana in a lot of these poke comps as well. But
and Dire's just taking so much space so efficiently. It gives Sidon all these great angles.
The Gatos just need to find a pick. They need to find something. Whalefish looking for the slide on to try to find Jack, but it only leaves himself open. And any risking his own life to save him.
Flux already on Yak and Teddy M. We'll find Teddy off of the back. That's the cherry on finding Canary with some nice Hydra rockets. Teddy M doesn't get rezzed up, but Whalefish will fall in the meantime. The Valkyrie is used, but Sidon pops that overclock, finds one,
Just
looking for
Panini
more.
Yak.
Just Panini and Yak, and they're kind of stuck in a small room, and that's not where you want to be facing the Numbys.
Yeah. I mean, you did force out the overclock, which was good for them as long as they do not get picked here. But
we do actually see the swap on a Hanzo from Canary, by the way. No longer playing the Widowmaker.
yeah. Just what you're feeling at the time, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure. Actually, it's a lot more shield pressure onto Dire as well. Of course, make it a lot easier for Yak.
The Yak using that
Oh,
flux,
the sleep
finds
from Raspberry.
Sleep. Yeah, he dodged the rock, so he started already just walking or floating in a straight line to that back line, wanting to get those picks, and just gets punished so hard by Raspberry with a nice sleep. Canary getting side on, but also falling as this cart is not stopping for the side of the New Zealand Numbys.
Yeah, I mean, they used both support ults against the Sigma. It was a huge sleep from Raspberry onto Yak after the rock from there did not hit, but you'll see Canary looking to
Window
go.
comes through, the sights are popped.
Genji.
Canary, big anti-nade to get Genji needs to be careful as the rock comes through. Centurion punish, getting a little bit too aggressive there with those sights, as that might slow down the tempo here. Canary finding 3 on this Genji swap. Will die to side on, but if Yak's able to get him, that's a good pick. Yak cleaning up the fight because the res does come through by Panini. So they eventually do stop the tempo, stop the train here, the Gatos against the Numbys, but at what cost?
Everything. Cost them their window. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna have to looking a bit
Canary
big
is in.
here.
Rail is up.
Oh, Canary is in.
Yeah, Sidon gets that headshot. Potentially a little bit too aggressive there. Canary maybe hoping to get that blade, but the overclock is popped from Sidon here in this 55. Hands immediately used by
Slide.
Yak. Oh, Rock won't quite connect. Nice bio-nade onto Yak attack. Yak attack getting so much pressure because Whalefish is the first one to fall. The flux comes through, connects on 2. Centurion falling very low. The blade comes through as well by Canary. The Valkyrie comes through by Jack, but it's kind of late. Find 2, find 3. Canary with a nice blade.
Just don't let
Cleaning up
don't let
after
Teddy
the
die.
flux.
Okay. Okay, good. It was a little close, but you know the overclock Valk for the Flux Genji ult and their own Valk beginning of that fight. Really good cleanup from Canary after the big Flux from Yak, able to kill Dire, but we'll have to
Canary
see
once again going very deep.
the aggressive window.
As the flux comes through,
Limp forced out.
Teddy M will have the window. Sidon finds Whalefish, but pays for life. Dire finding Panini as well here on the back of it.
Someone look at him.
Dire is just as deep, has the nano, finds Teddy M, finds Canary. Looking for more, it's just Yak left on this point as he finds Raz, but will eventually fall, and this point will get captured here. from the side of the Numbys. But a good hold on second by the Gatos.
Yeah, I mean, nice pick on Jack, but Dyer just went in with the flux. He's already halfway again, by the way. And no one stopped him. He was just berating Teddy M and Panini, and no one cared. And then they're pushing back everyone, but not enough to where he wasn't able to get Nano, which was just able to turn
nice
that
bio
fight.
nade by Raspberry. Just stop that aggression from Canary here. As the visor is popped by Set, but again he just walks into them, gets killed by Canary instantly. Sidon popping the overclock, deciding maybe something can be different here. They find Whalefish, the res comes through, Flux comes up, and Sidon in the air finds Panini. Will die to Canary though, as now Dyer is trying to kill this, trying to kill Yak here. Canary still in the backline has the Dragon Blade, pops it, finds Set looking for more. Trying to find Jack, but Jack will get out with his life. Yak finds Raspberry on the opposite side. A nice rock! Holy, I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
Yak attack whipped around with a rock to rock side on it into the blade of Canary. So they do find Sidon on the back of that there. Whalefish now with the following picks. Canary with another one. Canary is looking like a monster on this Genji.
Oh, they forced Lamb. Oh no, they have Flux. That's not gonna be good. You'll see Sen move over to the May just to get a lot more of that brawl stuff.
Both Sigmas are getting rocked. A nice wall, but Canary finds Sen. Well, it's Raspberry. And yeah, it doesn't matter if you force the lamp if you win the fight after.
I guess. I mean, they decided not to try to go for the Flux after the wall came on Yak. They tried to take advantage of that instead of the Flux, but there's another wall.
This time Yak will fall. The Flux is committed, finds two. Teddy M and Panini now out of this fight. It's just Canary on the point, trying to hold as long as they can. But yeah, so now I throw back El Clasico for you. The New Zealand Numbys win that fight, but at what cost?
It costed. Oops, and again, it costed them another. Just one more ult, just one ult, and it was the Flux. After a nice wall from Centurion, another wall again comes out. Makes it so Tedium has to jump over, waste time just trying to get over to save Yak, not able to.
Oh my
goodness. Sidon's able to kill
Sidon.
3.
Blade comes through, doesn't quite connect the rock by Dyer, but doesn't matter as Sen is able to hold that left click in the Genji. It does go to overtime here.
They will have ults here to recontest.
Yeah, the first coming out by Yak, the Flux comes through, won't quite find anything. The coalescence by Raspberry. Yeah, the lamp keeps Yak alive. Whalefish trying to find anything here. Canary is the first to fall. The Blizzard comes through by Centurion. Freezes up Yak. Whalefish will also fall. It's just Panini here trying to get that res. Both will fall. And we will see a cap in overtime for the New Zealand Numbers.
Ideally not what you hope. I mean, despite the May, you saw Yak that first fight that the Gatos still won after the winner from Titanium came out. The wall from Sente was able to wall off Yak. They're trying to take advantage of that, but some picks came through, and Yak hasn't changed his playstyle really at all. The playstyle of the Gatos as a whole is not changed around this May when it really should. They're able to wall off Yak, and they're just not there in time to try and save him, it seems, a lot of the time. So
I agree. I think that swap over to the May by Centurion is doing so much work here. It makes it so much tougher for Canary to just go in and get value on the Genji, and Centurion's walls have been so good against the Yak so far, and you know, the Numbys are capitalizing off of that so well. So we'll see if there's any changes from the Gatos, or if maybe the Gatos just steamroll with the same things they were running here. I honestly have no idea, but we will. There's only one way to find out, and we will in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. You will see Centurion rolling out on that May as well, because it's doing so well. So we're gonna have to see. We will see Canary start on the Widow though.
Yeah, I am actually a little surprised to not see a Doom Genji here. And the Genji doing so much in that last fight, but I guess Canary may be thinking that this long-ranged section of the map, Widow's just better, right? As Yak immediately
God. Able to find
Canary
Scent.
does find Scent, but the rest is there from the Mercy, so.
Yeah, I mean, he just died so fast. Teddy wasn't even able to heal him. He got, I don't think, any healing off of Yak dying right away there. Ooh, the Farm Mercy coming out. Aim check sight on, but Canary is going in by herself.
And gets blown up because of it.
May have been
again on Yak. The rock comes through on his Scent, so Scent will pay for it.
Punish it.
Yeah, and again a nice lamp. As the
res
does come through.
May have been a miscommunication earlier.
Yak once again walled off.
Canary is back on the Widow, baby. Trying to look for something. Just playing Mystery Heroes right now. I mean, just trying to see anything that works. A nice headshot to Dire. Able to bring him so low, and just like that, he's down. That's a huge present taken off the battlefield.
Forced to go in that pot as Canary gets another nice headshot. This time on the side on, as now Scent will get kind of staggered out a little bit there from Whalefish. And the Gatos, for the first time on their attack, able to start efficiently pushing up this cart, taking the space.
Yeah, I mean, Canary, maybe it was like a mind thing, right? You got the Widow, so it's like, okay, we have to play around the Widow. Then suddenly swap to Fire, like, wait. We didn't expect that. And then back to Widow, you just don't expect it, so Dire side on didn't expect to just get popped like that. We'll have to see now, though.
Yak needs to be careful. Yeah, it has to use that flux.
Oh,
and these
the rock. The rock still hits over the shield.
Both Sojourn's popping the ult. Sidon finds Whalefish, but Whalefish finds Scent. Sidon finding more, though. Sidon finding 4, in fact, in this fight as Jack establishes Mercy differential in chat. Finding whipping out the Glock for the Rizzler.
Oh.
He's so skippity.
No. 4 ults used from the Gatos. I mean, that's gotta hurt right now. I mean, you have the Window versus the male Cole, their own flux. Canary cannot die here. Okay. But
Sidon almost gets punished as well. Yak just misses that rock. Jack falling very low. Again, you only have a Window facing down 3 ults. As Canary going in very deep, trying to find Centurion, but Raspberry's there, keeping him nice and healthy. Pop coalescence. The Blizzard comes out as well. Will freeze up Yak and Canary, and they will get the picks off of that. So really nice Blizzard by Yak as Teddy M now. Raspberry very aggressive in the backline, finding 2. Sidon getting the kill credit, but what do you do here if you're the Gatos?
I mean, I feel like you just gotta build ults. I mean, you're coming up on that Sig ult soon. You just cannot die to this Sig ult or an early pick from Sidon. Then you should be in a lot better state right here. So Canary toying with that really early, but it's all up to Dire right now. Seems able to get a huge flux off. The flux comes out. Able to find Teddy and Yak. Lamp
forces the lamp so early.
Whalefish finds Raz.
Does find Raspberry though, but Canary goes down by Sidon. The Valve comes through as well. A nice flux in response by Yak finds Jack, but Centurion finds Whalefish. Dire's so low if they can find him, but they're getting all of the healing. The Raz comes out from Panini, but Raspberry blows up Canary. Sidon 1 HP, pops the overclock. No one's looking at him. No one knows he's low. And the New Zealand Numbys are your winners this series, winning 3-1 against the Los Gatos de Guadalajara. And what a series, RiddleDog.
Definitely a lot of ups and downs, you know. Some maps closer than others as well, but it seemed like a really good showing out from the Numbys here. They had a little bit of a slip up on Lijiang Tower, but it just seems like everyone on that team is so consistent. So, but now we have to pick.
As you said it, yeah, it's tough because everyone on this team is so consistent. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm gonna let you pick Mr. Dog because I appreciate your
These beats are the purest.
I just want to call out a couple people.
I'll let you call it
Dyer.
first. Yep.
Dyer, I played incredibly. I think, like I said, I said at the start of the stream. I'll say it again now. I think Dyer is a very, very strong contender for Rookie of the Year this season, if not MVP for this team. He's been they've been putting a lot of work on this team. Playing tank phenomenally. Again, was able to match both Canary and Yak, two very strong players today on that tank role. So I think they played exceptionally well today. And then of course Sidon as always. Again, I might be a little bit biased for again.
You would
I
never.
always love playing with them. I would never be biased for Sidon, but again, being able to find 3 or 4 in a fight as just a win condition by itself is kind of bonkers. But I have one dark horse candidate, Riddle, that I want to share. And I actually want to share Kevin today. Because, Kevin in the maps that he was in was drawing so much attention from the Gatos that he was essentially making as much space as Dyer and was still getting really big picks at the start of and during fights. If he wasn't pulling the attention of half of the Gatos in some of these fights, he was just killing people. So Kevin's my shout out for today, and I know he was only in for 2 of the maps and everything, but I just want to throw that out there as my dark horse that did that.
Bro, who do I? Man, that makes it so difficult. Shutting out half the team, bro. Sure, bud. Sure, bud.
Sorry.
I think I might have to go with Jack.
Oh.
Here, I mean,
I like that.
he's able to play a bunch of heroes. You saw the Mercy come out. You saw the Kiriko mainly as the 2. Come out on Lucio on overtime while saying on KR as well, but he's just able to support the rest of the team just barely enough to where they need it. Not too much resources to where it's like forgetting about anyone else. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And on that Kiriko, he's deadly, man. Definitely a DPS support type of guy. So I think with that just able to help everyone just enough, exactly when they need it, and whether it be like with the Kiriko, with the TP, and the DPS to go in and help, or the Mercy with the damage boost, the reses that always come in clutch. I think I'll have to give it to Jack.
I agree. Let's pull him in here. I don't know if he's still in a voice call. Pull him in.
Here we go.
Yeah, no, oh, Jack.
Hello.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on both winning today for one thing, but also being our player MVP of the match. How are you feeling after this win?
I'm not gonna lie, I did a fair bit of trolling. Most of them were accidents, don't get me wrong, but I am just happy we regrouped after Lijiang and pulled out the win. We were talking about it and we thought that the last match was like really good gameplay, or teamplay, I should say, so we were proud about that.
Yeah, you guys looked really good. I mean, on the last map, yeah, as well. I mean, I know we're pulling you here in the interview, but since you brought it up, we were talking about on the cast with that May swap by Scent and everything like that, and your team was just able to play so well around some of those walls and separating the Gatos and kind of collapsing on different weaknesses of theirs. So yeah, I'm glad that you brought it up, so I didn't go into like a 5th person that I was hyping up today, but
Another? No way.
But yeah, I have a few questions kicking around my head. I don't know if you have any, Riddle. But if you have one, you
I've
may
won.
start.
So I mean, Did you, let's see. What was your sentiment? What was your train of thought during and after Lijiang? Because it's looking really close. The first map was pretty one-sided as well as close, but you guys were able to pull through, and then the Gatos with the other two. So, were you worried at all, or were you like keeping it together?
We kept it together for the most part. We realized like halfway through Lijiang when we started losing a lot, we were kind of like, yo, we need to just like refocus up. We need to not go in one-on-one, blah, blah, blah. And after that, we were just like, clear minds, doesn't matter. We will just go into this next map with strat, which was the May, and it worked very well. We played a lot safer, tried to play around Senna more, and I think that that's really what changed it.
Nice. What about you, Bro? Yep.
Okay, my first. It's not really a question. It's just kind of, you know, I'm just sorry I'm the one who has to share this news to you, Jack. But I'm really sorry to tell you this, but they're actually saying that you sound like an owl.
Why is that?
I don't know, man. Hey, ask them.
Is that as in like my mic's bad or?
I don't know. Ask them.
Who's them?
I
I was trying to avoid it. And I'm stupid. And fall for it. I really felt
got him. All right,
I
I'm
knew
sorry.
that coming too. It's all good.
I'd like to apologize to everybody who had to sit through that. But yeah, I mean, again, your team looked really connected. Obviously now, undefeated after week 3, just in time for first power rankings coming out soon, as I've heard. So, how are you looking forward to the season? Are there any? Obviously, your team has made a very big mark on the league as a whole already, right? Very, very dominant things. So, looking into some of your, upcoming matches, is there any matchup that you're kind of worried about, or that you're excited for, or anything like that? Any teams that you're looking forward or maybe dreading playing against?
I would say that towards the end of our not the playoffs, before the playoffs, towards the end of like the normal
regular season.
Yeah, that's where it gets a little scarier for us. I'm really scared to go against Akua's team. I'm have a good feeling that we'll find ourselves against them eventually. And ironically, he got the draft I wanted, so knowing that that's a good team, I'm probably most scared to play them. But I think regardless, like Sidon said last week, we'll play anyone, and we'll probably beat anyone. Okay, that's a little that's a little hype
Speak
up, but
your truth.
I don't want to get too ego-y, but I think that we have the ability to beat any team that comes against us.
I mean, you guys are definitely showing that so far. One more question, and then we can send to El Clasico if we want here, Riddle. Obviously, you know, Maga now in the hero pool. We saw about 30 seconds of it today in your match. Do you and your team really have any? And again, if you don't want to leak, that's okay. You can just say, I'm not going to tell you. Do you have any plans on kind of trying to utilize this tank when he's, you know, when you're able to scrim or practice with him more, or do you really have any main plans for teams that may rip him out against your team as a whole, or how are you kind of approaching that heading into your next week 4 match?
We do have some stuff cooking up with Dyer to learn some Mauga. I don't know if that'll be a permanent strat or not. I think we kind of don't really want to play Mauga. He kind of seems busted to the point where it's gonna be no fun. But we told him that he could try learning it if he's gonna stay in the meta, and we might have to mirror if that's what it goes to. But where we are right now, I think, is we're comfortable with this comp. We want to keep running it and kind of just see if we ever fall out of it, teams start countering us or something. So yes, there is a possibility for Mauga, but
Dyer did just inform the stream that they will be playing Wrecking Ball entirely for the rest of the season. So I'm looking forward to that.
That would be pretty funny. I'm not gonna
All right. Well, that's kind of my well, yeah, that kind of makes it for our questions here. Riddle, if you'd like to ask El Clasico,
May as well.
Mole.
So if you weren't the MVP of your team this game, who would you pick to be and why?
This is really tough because I think everyone on our team deserves it, like, all the time. But I'm going to give it to Raz, just because as my fellow support player, he kind of goes crazy in keeping everyone alive when, like you were saying earlier, I can DPS Kiri a lot. And I really appreciate that because it lets me do that kind of stuff. And even like when I die, when I overextend a little bit or something, when I kind of feed, Raz can solo heal most of the time unless he gets hard focused. So yeah, I think that he is a really good support for his value.
I completely agree. So yeah, for me,
we
it's
love
between us
love
two.
our support player.
Yes, sir. We all love support players here.
Woohoo! Well, yeah, I think that does it for us today. Here, at the desk, I've been FlamboJambo doing your play-by-play. Joined by once again the incredible RiddleDog on prod and casting at the same time. Seriously, send thanks to him, doing so much work for us in all previous seasons and this season. So, thanks for coming out, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, drink some water. Again, congratulations to the Numbys defeating the Gatos 1. Pred panel is still open. People can join whenever they want. If you want to be involved, it's you can find it in the Pred channel. But with all that said, good night, everybody. We'll see you this upcoming weekend, probably.
Friday.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Friday.
Yep.
We'll see you on Friday for.
There is Zelazinus and Gangsta Turrets at 8 p.m. CST, and then Vancouver Villains Rito Raccoons at 9 p.m. CST.
Ooh.
So one of those two.
Those will be
If not
some
both.
good matches. So make sure you come check it out. Use your Prime subs before they go away for forever. And yeah, good night, everybody. Bye. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Bye. Yeah. Bye.